Match day number 4, game number 14 of the RCA Men's T20 Cup. It is the Gahanga International Cricket Stadium. And today's game, Right Guards Cricket Club taking on Tally Globe Cricket Club. And Eric Dusingizimana, the captain, Right Guards, and Abhinav, the captain, Tally Globe. And Eric Dusingizimana being the home captain, will do the flip. Heads was the call. And heads it is.
Ball first.
You're going to bowl
first. Yeah.
Any reason behind that?
I think some early movement will get for the bowlers, so we have to use that. So that's we confident. Our boys are very confident, so we will restrict them below 100 something.
Below 100, and all the very best, Abhinav. Eric, did the toss work in your favor, sir?
No, we wanted to bowl fast. We wanted to restrict them around probably 140 and then chase it.
And now batting first, any sort of total that you think will be very defendable for you guys?
Same thing, we'll try and put at least 140. That's the thing that we can defend.
And all the very best.
Thank you.
And yes, you've heard it from the toss. Tally Globe Cricket Club winning the toss and opting to bowl first. Globe Cricket Club winning the toss in the middle of the toss was there a few minutes ago with the captains, and Tally Globe calling correctly, winning the toss and opting to bowl first. His right, guys, the squads on your screens, and of course players to watch out for: Clever Mutuimana, Clinton Rwagumya, again the return of Mitali Ivan, Singizimana Eric Hirwa, the tall man, Berthe, Cedric, Jules Mugisha, Kevin as well coming in, very handy with the ball, and Bat, Gabriel Jemve, and Imanishimwe Jean-Claude. Tally Globe, this time around not having their key batters, including Msemeza Charles, who is currently in India with the Ugandan team. Abhinav Rajiv, the standing in captain, Abimbaba Zelwa Loic, Eric Ugimana, Daniel Gumisenge, Oscar Manishimwe, Theophile, Chancelier, Indira Romeo plays, David Uimana, Eric Widuhai, Eli, and Mugisha Lionel. Those are the two squads for the two teams. And of course, going to have a very exciting encounter this morning. Tally Globe Cricket Club standing at number 2 on the table standings at the moment, having lost only one game against Telugu Royals Cricket Club, and Right Guards, who are yet to taste a victory in the tournament. Not sure if this can be the day. And on your screens, the two gentlemen who are walking in to try and give Right Guards the very first win in the tournament: Eric Hirwa Tusabe Mungu alongside Eric Dusingizimana. The two Erics, both legends of the cricket game and the legends of Rwanda cricket, having played cricket for so long, having played together for so long, both of them have captained Rwanda on the international stage. And today, it's going to be a Right Guards Cricket Club. How well can they tackle today's encounter? And facing the first delivery, Eric Hirwa, the tall man, and Abhinav Rajiv bowling from the Mount End with Veronica Iriho, the main umpire, bowler's end umpire, and Vodem Timana, the striker's end umpire. Abhinav Rajiv having been bowling those in swingers of his, how well can Eric Hirwa go about that? We are about to find out. And the umpire calls play, fast ball up, and fast ball starts off with a dot ball. Such a lovely start going forward. Binav Rajiv, those in swingers really want to see if that comes in, how Eric will go about it. And here it is, comes back in, doesn't give Eric anything whatsoever to free his arms. Anything short and wide, Eric will be joining the party. But Abhinav knows the business way better. Not offering anything short and wide. And again, same delivery, same results. Dot ball 3 in a row. And Abhinav, the captain, opening the bowling and having Chancelier at third man and dropping a long one. And of course, as the ball swings in, think that's the right field. But again, always think about deep square. Beautifully driven through the covers. Should be a double. Lindiro Romeo Blaze does the fielding in the deep. And this time around, Abhinav offers full and wide. And Eric had to try and get off the mark after 4 deliveries. Picks up just a double. With Eric trying to an inside edge, but this time around, very safe. The keeper very alert, hard to stop that from going to the boundary. Because at the moment, if anything goes through, the umpire will be indicating boundaries, but not yet. Last delivery of the first over. Much fuller, swung in. Such a lovely delivery. Quick, swings in, much fuller, and dot ball it will be. To end over number 1, 2 runs on board. Right Guards Cricket Club in that kit on your screens looking very sharp. Hope now the kit comes in with with a package. Can they go on and win their very first in the tournament? It is a Rwanda Cricket Men's T20 Cup. This is a Ground B. And together with me here in the comms box, Mr. Kenneth Wigingo Bryson. Such a lovely morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Nedele. How was your night?
I can't complain for sure. God is good. Hope it applies the same on your side.
It's a beautiful morning to come and see the RCA T20 Cup going on. There were sponsors at Alphabet making sure I can come here in the morning and just follow our lovely game. Right, guys, taking on Tally Global, all the way from Division 2. And if you look at how they have been progressing, it shows they did a lot of work during that particular time.
And yeah, talking about doing top work in Division 2, being promoted in Division 1, and now number 2 on the table standings, just behind Telugu Royals Cricket Club. And it's very rare to see challenges just right there at number 4. Not so often you will see such team down there, because they've been dominating for so many years. And now the two teams that were promoted, Telugu Royals and Tally Group, now leading the up in the air, but in the vacant area, Daniel in the dip, shot number 7, who does the fielding. And again, two in-swingers, Abhinav Chancelier as well. How well now can Chancelier be effective up front?
Yeah, so sometimes it's amazing. There's a little bit of field change, and you talk about the in swing. And if the ball comes into the right hand, I bring the long on into the mid on and getting it long off, and you bring the ball inside. You saw the first shot of Eric played. You can even see now that's a brilliant bowling. You can even see now anything that he wants to offer the shots will be going straight to the long on. I can suggest him to take long on the boundary, taking the mid off inside. That's my thinking here in the commentary box.
And exactly, you're right. The balls coming in, anything that will be hit on the offside, it has to be anything full and wide. Anything wide, then from there you can take it on at long off. But now with Eric and Chancelier, he will be very handy, and he has been as well. So if you look at that previous delivery, how Eric had to survive for sure. Down the leg this time. The first extra of the game that comes, and he has been taking wickets, and most of his wickets, his dismissals were bowled, and that can tell you a thing or two about that in-swinger. And such a decent over so far. Right, guys, the batters yet to try anything. Both of them very good at striking this ball, the cricket ball. But yet to try anything, as in it's still too early. But again, in the power play, you've got to win the power play by all means. And this time around, Eric tries, and it's a success as the ball goes all the way to the boundary. That was cleanly hit. Again, offering width. And Eric had only to deposit that into the boundary. Boundary number 1 for Eric and for Right Guards Cricket Club.
Yeah, look at on the replay there. Pitch outside of sample. Look at the shot. Well balanced and well driven straight in the gap. All the way to the boundary. I think that's maybe the main reason taking building in the long on, wing in the middle of. Maybe you want to ball it a bit outside of stump, on 6 stump. Maybe you can bring the ball inside. Same result. Over the covers. Outfield is a bit slow. Good run between the wickets. Managed to get 2 singles in the middle there. I think it's one of the things, just do the simple things right. And he was being successful last week when he took almost 7 wickets in the game of they played here. On the same pitch. I think it's not the same pitch. It's a closer the same pitch. But you just need to make sure. Ball the light areas, making sure you attack your stumps. Bring the ball inside the light and ball top of off. Bring the ball inside. I think it can ask a lot of questions to the batters.
And of which I think that's the main thing going forward. A bowler like Chancelier, I mean, the more consistent you get, and the better lines you bowl, and you get to challenge the batters. And this partnership, if it goes on and on, then right guys will be right on the money. Binav bowling the 3rd over and his 2nd, and Eric Dusingizimana on strike. Much fuller, driven straight to Eric Ugimana for a dot ball. Such lovely lines. Again, yeah, the field set looks very fair and looks okay, having a long one in place and a 3rd man, of course. Oh, beautifully bowled, and that was a swing and miss. Nav not getting it. How in the world that ball misses the stumps? Because back in Division 2, Abhinav was he was a bit handy with the bat more than the ball. Oh, beautifully bowled, bit of a bounce, hitting the wicket hard. Third ball, it will be 3 in a row again. It's the consistency part that will play a massive role going forward in the next 3 deliveries. Eric needs to get off strike, needs to get some runs on board as well. We're still inside the 6 overs, so gonna try something. And I'm not sure, because Abhinav will not allow you to try anything.
I think it's just bring some good lines. Top of off, bring the ball inside the right hander, which creates a little bit of pressure. Having 4 dot balls so far, Elike facing 6 for 1, and that's what it brings. That's what making pressure with the dot balls coming in early on before the power play ends. They just need to find a way, right? Because they always struggle in the middle order. These 2, they can just bat it a bit through. Try to go big, stretch the long on, and then to get a quick single there, finding that gap. Having 10 lines in 2.5.
And a last delivery coming in. And Eric touches on that one. It should be easy double. The collection down in the deep by Chancelier wasn't enough to restrict them for just a single, but they settle just for a double. And over number 3, score reads 13 for no.
brings back Chancelier Zavalinda on a tracked ball. His second over. So far, so good. Red Guards, no wicket down already, but make sure how they can just try to utilize power play early on when they're still two feeders outside the ring before the power play ends. Sometimes when the things are not going the way they want, just need to make sure they hang around, they surround the wickets. The two batters are then one of the key batters for the team. Just need to make sure they can do the job for the team of right guards. And Zavalinda bring that ball inside to Eric, straight to the deep mid-wicket region. Nolan taken, it's a dot ball, starting with the dot ball. Those who are joining us here at the RCA T20 Cup going on with our main sponsors, Jaffa Bet and Sportsbox, making sure all games can pass there on the YouTube if you don't have enough time to come and support the boys. Slow pitch, the deep wicket well. Yes, yes. The Duke's got to see the first maximum all the way to the boundary. That's the first maximum from Eric to Sinsmana. What a swing, what a pick. All the way to the boundary, 6 runs from Eric to Sinsmana.
Much needed boundary. And this time round, it goes even further for a maximum. And Eric needed that big time, as in it has been a while, because he had only 2 runs after facing 8 deliveries. Now, can this be the right time? Oh, beautifully bowled. Got beaten off that delivery. Just back over length. And what a lovely comeback from Chancelier. And Eric, they will be looking at least putting up something not less than 140 to give themselves a chance. And hits that one powerfully down the ground, but it takes no time to reach the boundary. Another boundary, 2 in the over so far. That's 10 runs in 4 balls. And that's what happens when you offer such deliveries. Easily picked and easily connected through the gap in the covers. Try to go for a pull. Gets just a single from that. And Chancelier concedes 11 runs, the biggest so far. And the score moves to 24. The last delivery comes in, and it is a dot ball. Now offering width. Either way, that will be a bad ball. And at the end of over number 4, the score is 24 for no. Eric Hiruga on 10 off 12 and reducing his mana on 13 off 12. And on the other ground, Tamil Lions taking on a Challengers Cricket Club, and Tamil Lions after the power play. The score reads 79 for 1. Christian Benhirwe on a 58 of just 20 balls with 5 boundaries and 5 maximums. That can tell you how hard ball hitting practice is. He is really hitting that cricket ball. And Eric Kugimana is brought into the attack. And the first ball up goes up. And a chance, but not taken. Misjudged by Eli Nyanchuti. That was really a chance that went begging. And that is Eric Singizimana.
That was going to be a chance of Eric to depart back in the dugout, but being given that chance, you know how dangerous he is. He doesn't stop. Never time the ball a little bit well. Eric looks as he's a front-end bowler for the team of Tally Globe. Those attack the stumps, bring the ball inside the right hander nowadays. Swing and miss, good lines, top of off. It's another it's a dot ball.
And that will be the lines and the lengths going forward. As now Eric Kugimana being trusted. But that's one of the things that he does best. Again, a back over length, but now allows them to just get a single from that. Eric having third man in place, as well as deep square leg. Such a lovely field. Hits that one down the ground. Again, finding Eli. Not really piercing through the gap, not finding those gaps. That is Eric. Eric again making sure that nothing goes through. Deploying in, again, this time around, it is the consistency. Now the outfield here plays a part. Not quick enough to give the ball enough legs to get to the boundary. Yana Jamuta. That delivery was a bit outside of stump. Not really consistent, Eric. And this time around, goes, hits the take hard. A healthy outside edge from Eric to Sinizimana and a boundary to end the over. Not the best of the deliveries. Width and short to allow Eric to sneak in another boundary on his name. Now, after 5 overs, the score reads 32 for no. As the projected score reads 128 with a current run rate of 6.4. Not good enough for a team like Tally Globe Cricket Club. Having such batters, the likes of Oscar, David, Abhinav himself, Elua, as well as Daniel. And the best way now to go about things will be Red Guards putting up a decent score. At least that will give them a fighting opportunity, seeing something on board. The last over of the power play. The umpire deploys in, the captain deploys in. Theophil Ndaishimi, the off spinner. Can he make a breakthrough? Let's wait and see in the next 5 deliveries. Having a cow corner in place and a long one who is a bit wider. And of course, the ball, turning inside the batter will tempt Eric to go cow, to go long on. But again, Eric trusts his big shots. Let's wait and see how Eric tackles Theophil. Goes into the covers, trying to get himself space to free his arms through the offside, but finds covers fielder Elwa.
Try to go big for this. The catch is the call. Did he manage it? Not yet. The seconds of the brace feeding at the deep mid wicket region. And that's the end of the 12-man. Elike Mungu. Go to the back dugout before the power play ends. The intent was right, but I think the timing, he never timed the ball the way he was expecting it. That makes him never hit the ball cleanly that he was wishing. That brings in Rubakumya Clinton to bat at number 3.
And hitting that ball against the wind. And I'm telling you, if that was the other end, the ball will be in the plantation uphill. But now, hitting against the wind, you know the drill. That's what happens, really. And Rindiro plays, takes that catch comfortably. Look at that. It was hit powerfully, but gave it enough elevation. But unfortunately, the ball didn't go to the boundary. Very good fielding. Good field as well. Having a cow in place and a long one gives the ball enough turn for a batter to be tempted to go on the leg side. Cow and a long one. Clinton Rubagumya comes into the middle as he joins Eric Dusingizimana, who is a bit set. 20 off 16. Last ball decides to ruin a maiden wicket that was, but an extra, a wide delivery. Clinton goes enough to go over the infield. Eric Ugimana doesn't have enough height to get to that ball, really. And that goes to the boundary. Clinton starting off with a boundary and gets off the mark in style. Eric had to give it the effort, but went in vain. And after the power play, 37 for 1. And Eric Ugimana, after conceding 8 runs in his first over, being trusted to come back for the second. Eric Dusingizimana on strike. And steals a single. Nobody in the covers to to try and stop those singles. And Tally Globe Cricket Club, very interesting how that's up in the air. That's a chance, and Elua underneath that one and takes it comfortably. And another one bites the dust for Rightgate Cricket Club. And Tally Globe gets another 38 for 2. And that is Eric Kubgimana. He's the wicket hard, back over length. Clinton opts to go into the plantation, but hits over his head. And Elua had to do the fielding, has to do the catching. Clinton Rogumya goes after scoring 4 off 3. And Iman Shimge Jean-Claude and doesn't waste so much time in. Iman Shimge Jean-Claude nicks that one into the keeper's hands, and Oscar can only do so much. 2 in 2 as Tally Globe Cricket Club gets another. It is 38 for 3 after 6.3 overs. And Eric leaves hanging, lacking support from the batters. Who comes in next that will try and give a hand? Paco Valent, top of off, and not sure what Jean-Claude was up to. As Ingabire Jean-Marie Vianney joins Eric Dusingizimana. Hat-trick ball coming up. And it is a new batter in. Eric brings in mid-on, mid-off. Even extra cover comes in. Stays with square leg and a third man. Mid-wicket comes into the 15. The 15 yards. What kind of delivery can Eric bowl here to earn himself a hat-trick? Hat-trick ball coming up. And full and straight. And GMV had only to survive on that one. Decent over so far, having conceded only 1 run. And can GMV be the man to give a hand to Eric Dusingizimana? That's up in the air, but in the vacant region. And Jemve gets off the mark. At some point, I thought David would have gone for that, but looked to be far, far away from that. And Eric comes back on strike with a last delivery. Quick single, this is. Eloi takes a shy at the stumps, gets nothing to end over number 7. 40 for 3. And Theophile Daishime comes back into the attack. Driven powerfully down the ground, finds Eric Uiduhai in the dip, who picks that one cleanly for just a single. And immediately, Jemvi coming on strike. Midoff comes in. Long on, just few steps in. Deep mid wicket as well. And Theophile being very tight with the lines. With 3 more deliveries to come, how well can Jemvi try something? How well can he? But wickets is the issue. Too short, up in the air, and David takes that one and gave it a dive. And another one is gone. Jemvi doesn't waste much time in here. Look at that. Beautifully taken. And GMV saw that coming into him and had to find his way out, but ends up putting that one in the air. And only 1 run of 5 deliveries. It is a 41 for 4 after 7.4. And Theophile gets another and gets himself another wicket. Still reducing his mana. Still hanging, lacking support. And shot number 77, Kevin Irakoze. The big man comes in. Very handy with the power he possesses, and definitely can come in and hit few boundaries, but again needs to build from here, because after losing 4 wickets, 4 important wickets, this is the time to take the game on. A bit shorter. Finds David for a dot ball. 1 run conceded so far. Such a lovely, lovely over. Theophil, last delivery to complete his second over. Offers width, trying to see if that delivery, if that ball can get back and turn into the batter. And over number 8, 41 for 4. Kure dimineta azaza n'abahayi. Eric Kubwimana comes into ball, his third. Such an appeal, but the umpire moves away. Veronica Iriho. Did that swung in at least? Eric not yet to try anything, as in still too early. The team needs his wicket going forward. Oh, good Lord. The shout of catch, catch, catch. But Rindiro not able to give it an extra effort. They just get a single from that. Eric bowling very, very good at this stage of the game. Having long off, long on, deep mid wicket, and a deep square leg. Pace off. Kevin gets beaten. Trying to tempt Kevin to try go for a biggie. At some point you are like, why didn't I go for that? But and I'm telling you, if Kevin was to go after that, that was going to disappear. But either he chose to just get a single from that, and on the other ground, Tamil Lions cruising. Tamil Lions cruising now on 112 for 1 in 11.3 overs. Penirge Christian on 79 of 37 balls with 5 boundaries, and 7 maximums with a strike rate of 213. Massive this is. Can Tamil Lions earn themselves a big win against Challengers Cricket Club? As in Tally Globe and Telugu Royals have earned themselves a win against the giant Challengers Cricket Club. Now, we are yet to see how this goes. Eric Kugimana bowls 3 overs, conceded 14 runs, picked up 2 wickets. If Eric and Kevin were quick enough, they would have tried to go for a double. Having a cow in place, a long on, long off, and deep extra cover. Theo trying to tempt Kevin, but Kevin is not interested. Very rare to see Kevin facing 6 deliveries and scoring only 1 run. For how long now? Still looking to be very cautious. Not interested in trying to hit the ball hard. Theo breathes and Kevin gets off strike with just a single. Both of them knowing what is at stake. They know way better. They do not want to lose this game. Losing this game simply means they will not stand a chance. Actually, not sure if they stand a chance in playing the playoffs or the eliminator. But at the moment, as it stands, I don't think they do. Hits down the ground, finds Eric in the dip for just single. And losing this game simply means there is a high chance of being relegated. And I'm sure that's not what right guards would want going forward. They will have to push through to give themselves a chance. And halfway the innings, 47 for 4 after 10 overs.
nabonye Ricky ubundi yagiye muri system biba byarangiye ubundi iyo wagiye muri ka system kameze gutya biba byarangiye
ko amarushanwa ntiyabura haza icyorezo kimeze gito
cya tusebye muri arafuswe yagiye muri Namibia akore ajye kore
ahita aza muri Botswana
ejo bundi ataza muri Botswana aho gishaka abantu benshi commentators umunani wapi ni babiri haraza ntabwo ari babiri hariya ariko haraza bari nk'abane
Eli Nianchuti comes into the attack. Haven't seen Eli bowling for a while. Now good to see him getting his action back and now contributing to tally group. And Eric Dusingizimana, 27 off 26. Very cautious. Again, David stops that. Very, very well done. Good effort at point region. Gitondo. Eli Nianchuti looking very tight, trying to ask questions to the stumps. Again, Eric, who is yet to give up his wicket, he denies to go down. 3 dot balls in a row. Hits the wicket hard, gave it a bit of a bounce. And yet to see what the remaining batters or the batters to come in next can offer, with the likes of Berthe, Nishimwe. There is Mitali Ivan still. But again, can they be the ones to take like right gets to 140? Not so sure at the moment. As Eli bowls, interestingly, comes in the first over, 5 dot balls in a row. And Eric's strike rate goes way down below 100. As the projected score now goes to 87 from 130, going at 4 runs and over. I don't think that can do you good. What a lovely over this is. A maiden over from Eli Nianchuti. And a 47 for 4 after 11 overs.
Yeah, Rinde Blaze, a new bowler coming up. One of the spinners who have been leading from in front. The ball for the last RCA T20 Cup that was going on. Been doing a great job for the team. Rick at 27 of 31, captain himself, holding himself on the crease. He knows how his wicket big it is for the Light Guard Cricket Club. Yes, I need to make sure that he gonna bat through, can get those triple digits on the board and above, so that can get some score to come and play for and defend for where it matters most for the second inning. Short pitch straight in the hands of the fielders. Elwar feeding in the covers. No run taken. Starting with the dot ball for his first over. Those who are joining us, and this is the RCA T20 Cup going on here in Rwanda with our main sponsors, Dafabet and Sportsbox and Rwanda Cricket Association. And making sure everything's being captured and live wherever you are. You can follow us after having a morning service from the church. You can pass by here to Gahanga. There are 2 games going on. You can sit and enjoy your beauty, enjoying your drinks. But there's a restaurant here. Pass by, enjoy whatever that you want. Enjoying the beauty of the game before you start your week. The sun is already outside here. 3 dot balls so far from Lindo Blaze. Some good defensive shot from the Kevin Ilakoze.
Clean bowled. And Rindiro Romeo Blaze gets the last laugh. Cali Globe Cricket Club gets another as Right Guards lose another wicket. 47 for 5 after 11.5. Can we see another maiden? This time round, it could be a maiden wicket. Look at that, much fuller. And Kevin decides to go across the line a little bit, closing off that bat on the downswing, and ends up giving away a room to go through the gates, and Rindiro plays strikes. Mugisha Gilles joins Eric Dusingizimana. Eric Dusingizimana not ready to try anything. And Gilles Mugisha straight off the mark. And Rindiro plays ends up conceding 1 run, picked up 1 wicket in 1 over. And after 12 overs, the score goes to 48 for 5. And Eli, after bowling that maiden over, being trusted to come back. Gilles Mugisha sneaks in a boundary, and such a lovely shot, bowling it a bit fuller. And Mugisha Gilles had to do the deposition. Look at that. The captain says he is a new batter. You just come in, bringing in mid-off. Still keeps the same field. White ball it is. And after bowling that maiden over, the comeback has to be even better. But now Eli offers full and wide. The first delivery, second delivery, wide ball. And Eli gets the last laugh this time round, knocks him over. After that boundary of the first delivery, the second a wide, and the second legal delivery. It is a wicket. 53 for 6 after 12.2 overs. Look at that. Lovely, lovely bowling there. Good lines. Loving the lengths. And Tally Globe gets a come back to that. And such a lovely take by Oscar behind the stumps. And an appeal. An appeal, but the strikers and umpire says it brushed the pads. And how well can you steal that single? And Eric says, let's go. But it was so good how that single was taken. It's the communication, but ends up being a success. With 2 more deliveries to come. How well can Eric Dusingizimana go on? Plays that. Can they get a double? Not really. Just a single from that. And the last delivery coming in. Can Eli earn himself another? Or can Rukundo try and strike and give a helping hand to the partner Eric Dusingizimana, who looks to be very cautious, not yet to try and go big. Asking so many questions, and it went the over with a dot ball. 55 for 6 after 13 overs. Dindiro Romeo Blaze. And this is hit with power and precision, straight as an arrow, but Chancelier does the fielding and does it beautifully. Saves some runs for the team. That was going to go for a boundary. And Eric came back on strike. And I'm sure he will love that. He will have to be on strike more often. And still another single here. Very, very well played here. And now it's Rukundo's time to cash in. Again, a decent one here from Lindiro. Finish that one with just a dot ball, conceding only 3 runs from this one, and 14 overs down. The score not moving really, 58 for 6. And scoring 58 when you've got someone who scored a 30, that tells you a thing or two about the support from the batting department to Eric Singizimana. The biggest of the overs were over number 4 that went for 11, but from there wickets has been falling over and over again. Over number 13 as well went for 7 runs. Again, one of the biggest, but not good enough to give them an opportunity to go home victorious today. Because at the moment, red cards will be cruising at least past 100, and from there you get to see how you go about things. Eli starting off with a dot ball.
I think if you look at the Teleglobal, I think they have won everything. Their bowling department, restricting light guards. Last 6 overs, having 58 runs for 6, shows how they are tight. It took everything. Any chance came for them, they grabbed it 2 hands. Swing and miss. Trying to access down the leg side region, the short side of the pitch.
Eli looking tight again, keeps the lines very, very tight, and bringing Rukundo on strike after facing 6 deliveries. And one of under 19s coming up, trying to play through third man region to try and get off strike.
I think that's a good shot from the Lukundo. Parting with the regent as he's getting ready for the preparation that will be coming soon on 24th, where the under 19s will be traveling to Uganda, where they'll be playing against under 19 and emerging in Uganda for their preparation ahead of the qualifiers that will be coming in August for the under 19 qualifiers that will be held here in Rwanda. I think it's a good opportunity for the young boys getting preparation early to start understanding the order cricket that's been being played. That's a brilliant bowling from Nyoshuti area. Getting more games before the qualifiers, and I think it can even help with the coaching department to know the right combination of the players, getting the team right, getting the culture right, getting their plans along the way as they are preparing for the upcoming qualifiers. Where it's just only 2, I can call it a 2-month remaining. This one is going on. It's just only 2 months remaining for the qualifiers, and getting that opportunity to travel to Uganda with the friendship between Rwanda and Uganda cricket associations. alleging those games to make sure that the players are being equipped with the skills and helping the coaches to plan and getting the right combination before the qualifiers coming up.
And for sure, that is a big opportunity for the boys to go in and get exposed in the outside world, see what the cricketing world can offer. Now playing far away from home again offers a lot. Nicely played. Gets a single from this as Lindiro Romeo Blaze comes back into the attack. And now into the last 5 overs. How well will Eric do this? An appeal, he gets on to the pads, but again, gets nothing. And a bit shorter and pace off. And Eric trying to go for a big swing. Again, I think it's time that now Eric tries to get some runs on board. If they get themselves into the 3 figures, then at least they will be having something to fight for. Too short in the covers, and Elwa does the fielding. Anything just above 100 into the 3 figures at least. And Eric goes hard. Not long enough because Theophil, the boundary ropes, takes that one comfortably. And the presence of mind, knowing where the boundary ropes are. And Theophil had to judge that correctly. Takes it as right guards lose another. As the big man makes his way back into the dugout. Very good. Very well done there by Theo. And it's something very important to just know where the boundary ropes are. And Cedric comes in to join Rukundo, and Eli comes back into the attack. Such a lovely single taken. And of course, when you always be looking for boundaries, when they're not coming again, you don't need to spend so much time on strike chewing balls. You've got to get off strike, keep the rotation of the strike going, and then you get to see how things are. And Eli bowling a lovely, lovely spell, bowling his last, having conceded only 10 runs, picked up 1 wicket. That wicket of Gilles Mugisha. Now Cedric trying to go hard. Can he really go on and do something? And as you see, the umpire calls no ball. Can Cedric maximize? It is a no ball. Can you get some runs off this? At least get into the 80s. Then you get to see how you go about it next. Such a lovely, lovely delivery. Asking so many questions, such lovely length of Eli Nienchuti, making sure that gives you no room of trying anything, no room of even tap through third man region for a single, nothing. And with 2 more balls to come, how well can he finish things off? Again, with 1 more delivery to complete his spell of 4 overs. What a spell this is for Eli. And a last ball coming up. And finishes things off in style with a wicket. Another one is gone for right guts. And Tally Globe gets another. Look at that. Cedric trying to go for a pull, but too late for that. And Eli finishes off with 2 wickets, conceded only 11 runs in 4 overs. 6-3 for 8 after 17 overs.
And that's after that wicket that brings in Mitali Iva. Coming into bat at number 8. 1 more wicket remaining outside for white cards. Starting with the wide, Eliku Duhai coming to bowl his first over. Bring it a bit well. There's a little bit miss from Elike Kugimana feeding us mid off. Chance of run out here. It's a good running between the wickets. Managed to get 2 quick singles. And that takes right out to the 66 for 8 in 17.1. Another dotted delivery brought by Eric Widwai, pitching outside off stump. Straight in the hands of the covers, Elwa Loyek.
Rukundo trying to run at everything. And blowing in slip. And Eric Widohai given the ball very late. Not very sure why, but it's only 3 runs. And with the way the two batters are doing, they're definitely trying to at least add on to the score. What an over. A quick over this has been. Only 3 runs in the over. And 2 more overs to come. And Mitali will be on strike. 66 for 8 after 18 overs.
Blazer bowling his last over. And he started with a dot ball. Mitali was depart after throwing his wicket away. Lake got on the pressure 69 for 9 in 18.2.
And that will be it for right guards, as Lindiro Romeo Blaze gets another wicket, as right guards finishes on 66 for 10. It is all out in 18.3 overs. Tally Globe will need 67 runs to win from the whole allotted 20 overs. That was a quote and bold from Lindiro Romeo Blaze. And that will be it for the first innings of this morning's counter right guards and a Tally Globe, and that will be the batting scorecard. Eric Dusingizimana standing out with 32 off of 44 balls with one maximum, 2 boundaries, helped by Eric Hirwa 11 off 18 with 1 boundary. And the rest is 4, 1, 2, 5, 6. Not good enough support to Eric Dusingizimana and Right Guards Cricket Club, with 5 extras being bowled, very disciplined. The partnership, the first wicket partnership, 32 off 34. Very handy, tried so hard to hold the innings up front. And with the bowling scorecard, Eric Ugimana, Theophil and Eli Nyonjuti, 2 wickets apiece. And Theophil with an economy of 3, but Eli with an economy of 2.7. But the pick of the day, Romeo Blaze, 4 wickets, conceded only 5 runs in his 3.3 overs, with an economy of 1.4. Very, very handy. And we will catch you shortly at the run chase as you enjoy the first innings highlights. Back for the run chase. It is right guards who batted first and posted a 66 all out in 18.3 overs. And Tally Globe in response, we are yet to see how it turns out to be. Needing 67 runs to win from 120 balls. Yet to bowl a delivery, but from the look of things, anything here is very possible. But 66, it is not a big ask for Team Tally Globe Cricket Club. And to open the batting for Tally Globe Cricket Club will be Abhinav Rajiv alongside, interestingly, Eric Kugimana opens the batting for Team Tally Globe. Such a tough call for opening Eric Kugimana, but he is very capable. He's capable of doing so. But let's see how this goes. Now, shot number 51, Eric Dusingizimana to open the bowling from the road end. Can Tally Globe register their 4th win in 5 games? Can Right Guards register their 1st win in 5 games? That's the question to ask, and let's find out as the first ball is up. A long on and a deep mid wicket in place. And let's see how this starts. Eric Dusingizimana and Evode, the umpire calls play. It is the very first ball. And starting off with a dot ball, that is Abhinav Rajiv. Again, very known in hitting the ball hard. Starting off with a single, gets off the mark on the second delivery. And Eric Dusingizimana, because Eric will tempt you. Eric will try by all means to tempt you to go after him. And when you get tempted, you know it won't be a success all the time. As Eric Kugimana comes on strike, very rare to hit 6 boundaries in 6 deliveries. And Eric gets off the mark with a lovely shot on drive straight to Jean-Claude Imanishimwe for a single. Up in the air, but this will land safely. Will it have enough legs? Yes, it does. And enough legs to get to the boundary. And such a lovely attempt, such a lovely shot. Very good area to try and hit. Having a long on in place and a deep mid wicket. But now this time round, the captain says, Tip mid wicket. I do not need you. Get in. Drops. That's up in the air. It should be taken. And it is taken comfortably. And after that boundary, and Eric strikes. First wicket is gone. 6 for 1 after 5 deliveries of the first over. And again, Eric Dusingiziman, by removing the deep mid wicket fielder, the bowler intentionally tempted the batter to now try to hit off Eric's bowling and dropping a long off, and immediately Abhinav had to try and get a single from that play through deep mid-wicket region, and ends up giving that to long on fielder. It is actually mid-on fielder. And now puts a cow corner and a long off. David very tempted. And what an over this is. 6 runs an over. Not bad. But the required run rate is only 3. That simply means the ask is not that high. And 6 runs on board after losing 1 wicket. Just 1 over. 61 more runs needed from 114. And over number 2 to be bowled by Ivan Mitali. With how Eric Hirwa is kneeling down behind the stumps and Mitali's reaction. Oh, good lord, that was a nick for sure. That was a nick, and the chance that went begging. And with that height of Eric Hirwa, again the ball swinging away from the batter. Mitali coming back into bowling looks very good, and last week picked up some wickets as well. He has been doing so. Eric Kubgimana hits that one down the ground through the covers for a single, and the only thing will be, if there is no strike rotation again, that will cause some troubles. Because at the moment you believe in trying to look for boundaries, only boundaries, the moment you try to score from boundaries, then something's wrong. David goes across, uses the feet, And a loud appeal that was. And there is no harm in rewatching that delivery. There was an appeal, but the umpire Veronica not interested at all. And what an over this is. Just one run from it. Mitali Ivan goes up in the air. Oh, good lord. A chance that went begging. That was a chance for sure. And clever Mutuimana. The judgment wasn't that enough to take that catch. That was a chance. And they go for just a single. Last delivery. And Eric says, I still have loads of time. I have the whole time in the world. I'll try next time. And to end the over number one of Mitali, 2 runs conceded and 8 for 1 after 2 overs. Tally Globe. Look at the dugout looking very okay. Relaxed. Is still very early to decide. But in most cases, low scores, they always haunt a team. And David does this best because he gets a boundary. And such a lovely shot. Gets just behind it, plays through the line, and gets a boundary. Look at that. Gave it enough elevation. 1-2 bounces into the boundary. Boundary number 1 for David and for Tally Globe Cricket Club. 55 more runs needed from 107 balls. And David goes up. This should be taken comfortably. Oh, good lord. Clinton says not now. And puts that one down in mid-wicket, just inside the inner ring. Look at that. Oh, good lord. Easiest of the catches, I might say. And David survives. Just the next ball after that boundary. Eric hits that one straight to the bowler. And how sad would you be when the fielders are not helping you that much? Oh my good lord. And that was a massive hit. That was a massive hit, but David said there's nowhere to run to. It was a straight into David. And David made it a dot ball, which is very fair. Another dot ball it is. And the current run rate is 4.8. Good enough to give them a win if they keep it going. But now Eric being very, very tight. The previous 3 deliveries. I don't know what this is. Only 5 runs. And over number 3 13 for 1.
Even Mitali coming back to his second over after being considered the first over, considering 2 runs. Going a bit hard across the line, but managed to get a quick single straight today. Mid-wicket region. Another quick single taken. Mitali to continue. No ball caught by the Veronica Eliho. Misfeed by Kamara Ilakoze. Managed to get a quick single. It's a no ball, maybe overstepping. Not knowing exactly where the white line is. The popping crease. Another good one, drop and land. Rotation of the strike here being played a big role. Big shot. Straight all the way to the Avageto plantation end. Straight the Simba. All the way. That's the first maximum from David Uwimana. 6 runs. The ball is then the slot. Be treated well, and that's what he does. Katundali play there. Full pitch. Treated cleanly. All the way to the banana. All the way to the avocado plantation end. It was a little bit low score. 49 runs required in 97 balls remaining. And it requires 2 runs per over. Another big shot. Back to back. Maximums. Now it was a little bit far, and far. 6 runs from David Uwimana. Back to back 6s. Look at on the replay. Pressure on here. Straight in the slot again. Look at the treatment. Look at the pickup. Excellent shot from David Uwimana. Showing his class. What he's supposed to do.
Two mighty hits by David Wimana. And now his score jumps to 20 of 9 deliveries. Look at the strike rate, over 200. Much needed. And this is what happens on low scores. And Eric hits that one down the ground. Should be a single. And Gilles does the fielding in the dip. And on low scores, the only idea is to go after the score, because low scores haunts big time. And now 31 for 1 after 4 overs. And if it hadn't for those two mighty hits from David, lovely play there from David, gets a single. And the required run rate now goes to 2. 35 more needed from 94 deliveries. Oh my goodness, a sloppy there. A lovely throw in, but David arrives safely. Sloppy there by GMV at mid on. And Eric gets a double. Eric on 7 of 14 deliveries. Not so bad, because down the ground, and that is hit in the dip, and very sloppy again by Gilles Mugisha, and the ball goes through into the boundary, through the legs and boundary for Eric Kugimana. Kevin gave it a dive but gets nothing, and Gilles in the dip doesn't do justice for the captain, Eric Dusingizimana, who is bowling. Now conceding 19 runs in his 2.4 overs, with 2 more deliveries to come. Dot ball it will be, and that was a quick one. This should go Tally Globe's way throughout, because the score that was on board wasn't good enough to be defended. Uses the feet, goes through the covers, but the outfield doesn't do justice as well. It doesn't travel quickly into the boundary, but gets a double. And good fit there from Eric Kugimana. Eric finishes his 3 overs, concedes 21 runs, picked up 1 wicket in that very first over of Abhinav. And after 5 overs, the score is 40 for 1. Clinton Rubagumia comes into the attack from the mount end, goes down in, goes inside the crease. Is David trying to take Clinton on? And of course, that's David's way of play. And if I was the keeper, I will trust myself to just stand up. But again, not something that can be done by any person. Hits that down the ground, and Kevin misfields, gives away a single, an easy one, and Eric Kugimana comes back on strike. It is Clinton's first over, being trusted to break the partnership. Lovely, very well done by the keeper. Still down, and very good awareness there from the batter himself, David. Let's see what he tries now. Having a long on and a third man. David tries to pull, but surprisingly, the ball goes straight to the bowler. And you could see the intent from David. He is looking forward to take on bowlers. He wants to go after the score all day long. Pace off. Dot ball, it will be 2 runs in the over so far. Decent one. And that will depend on how he decides to end his first over. Last ball coming to end the power play. And ends the over with a dot ball. And 42 for 1 after 6 overs. The table standings: Tamil Lions, Tally Globe, and Telugu Royals, all 6 points apiece. Challengers again on 4 points. Spartans on 2, and Red Guards winless in the tournament so far. And with the look of this, Tally Globe looking very solid and very composed, going forward to win this. And Tamil Lions again against challengers. Tamil Lions looking very, very tidy. Eric uses the feet, punches that down the ground for a single to bring David. And the aggressive David on strike, dropping the cow corner long on long off, a deep extra cover. And straight into the hands of the bowler himself. David perishes. And look at that. Holds himself, trying to play, but ends up giving Eric Dusingizimana a catching practice. And shot number 2, David perishes. 24 more runs needed from 82 balls. 22 from 16. And with 2 maximums and 1 boundary, with a healthy strike rate of 137. And 43 for 2 after 6.22 overs. And on your screens, Eli Nienchuti comes in to join Eric Ugimana. Not sure why Daniel, Oscar, Elua, all of them still sitting down, sitting outside. Not sure what they are waiting for, really. Bringing in bowlers to try and get runs. They are very comfortable. They are in a very good position and very good situation at the moment. They are in control, but responsibilities should be given to and Eli hits that and straight into the boundary. 4 runs, and what a way to get off the mark. And Eric bowling down the leg, and Eli does the deposition. Conceded 26 so far, picked 2 wickets. And this should be 4 more. Poor deliveries. And Eli looks to be in a rush here. And for sure, that's a lovely shot for a loose ball. Has to be punished for sure. And the over goes for 9 in 4 deliveries with 2 more to come. And Harry concedes 30 runs. Too many for a bowler. Trying to chase 60. Last ball to finish his spell. And another loose ball. And Eli does the deposition. And that goes a long, long way for a maximum. And the over goes for plenty. Look at that. Give it enough elevation to get to the boundary. GMV watches the ball, but watches it sail over his head and into the boundary for a maximum. Eric concedes 36 runs in his 4 overs. Too many. Picked up 2 wickets. And after 7 overs, the score reads 57 for 2. And 10 more runs needed from 78 balls. And by all means, this should be Tally Globe's game. They should go home with a victory in their pockets. Eric on strike as Rwagumya Clinton makes his way back into the attack. False start. Again, a false start as well. Can this finish in this over? That was a loud appeal, and the finger is up. Veronica Iriho doesn't hesitate at all. And Clinton strikes. Gets Eric Kugimana. Look at that delivery. Too straight, too plumb. And Veronica had only to do that. And 57 for 3 after 7.1. Need 10 more runs. Eric goes for 15 of 20 deliveries with one boundary. Oscar Manishimwe now makes his way in the middle, joining Nientruti Eli, who is on 14 of 4 deliveries, 2 boundaries and 1 maximum. And Clinton says, I will need a slip fielder. Plow is in slip. A deep fine leg who is a bit wider. Third man in place. Extra cover deep. Long on, long off. That should be just a single. And Oscar goes straight off the mark. And with 9 more runs needed. Oh, he doesn't get off the mark. Those are leg byes. And how long will this take? How long will it take Tally Globe to seal things off? And Clinton contributes with a wide. Lee doing the business and doing it massively for Tally Globe, making sure that they get an easy win. Oh, beautiful looking delivery. And Eli didn't know whatsoever what happened. That was a pitch of a delivery. And Eli goes aerial. Goes aerial and gets a single. A healthy top 8. And finds a fielder in the deep who does the fielding. And that is Gilles Mugisha. And with 2 more deliveries to come, with 7 more runs needed, cuts away nicely to find GMV in the deep at deep extra cover for another single. And it is now 6 runs. 6 more runs needed with last delivery. Shy at the stumps by the wicket keeper, and it gets nothing. Ends the second over with a single, with 62 for 3 after 8 overs, and 5 more runs to win from 12 overs. Should be an easy win, and This should be the over. Talking about getting right here at Gahanga. Enjoy the beautiful view of Gahanga and watching some cricket as well. That was some of the people coming here at Gahanga Cricket Stadium to take a look and have a feel of the environment. 5 runs needed from 72 balls, and Clever Mtuimana comes into the attack from the rod end. Eli Ianchuti on strike. And very well played by Eli, who just goes for a single, and 4 more runs needed. It should be a walk in the park for Tally Globe, making their way into the playoffs. Can this end in this very over with 5 more deliveries? And this should be a double. Eli Nienchuti hesitates in coming back for the second, but makes his ground and completes a double. Now 2 more runs needed. It should be and in this over. Lovely play there. Now the scores are leveled. The scores are leveled now. 1 run needed from so many overs. And now the captain says everybody in. And Eli will be the one on strike with a healthy strike rate of over 200. Can he finish things off? Just right here, right now. And for sure he does. Misfilled by GMV. And that will be it for for Tally Globe Cricket Club, because Tally Globe wins this one by 7 wickets. And Rightgut not showing enough of fight in terms of posting runs on board, competitive score on board, but Tally Globe comes out in the middle and wins this one by 7 wickets. And you will be down there in a few at the post-match presentation by Kenneth Bujingo Bryson, and the batting scorecard. Nav Rajiv at the start, gone in the first over. Eric 15 off 20. David the quick fire over 22 off 16 with the 2 maximums and a boundary. Elinian Chuti a quick fire over 18 off just 9 with a strike rate of exactly 200 with a maximum and 2 boundaries. The bowling scorecard. Eric goes expensive. Mitali as well goes expensive. And Eric Dusingizimana picks up 2 wickets. Clinton picks up just 1 wicket with an economy of 3, with 3 extras being bowled. And we thank you so much for being with us on this morning's encounter. Rightguards Cricket Club was up against Tally Globe Cricket Club. See you shortly at the post-match presentation.
Michael check. Hello, hello. Yeah, welcome back for the post-match presentation for RCA T20 Cup with our main sponsors Dafabet. We're here for the presentation for the play of the match, where Tari Global won the toss and asked the Light Guards to go and have a bat first. And the Light Guards set 66 runs in 20 overs they have played, and Tari Global came in and chased in 8.4 and have won by 7 wickets. Someone to present the play of the match award is going to be Uwimana Egidia, the third umpire, and the play of the match goes to Praise, who bowled 3 overs and took 4 wickets and have managed to score 5 runs against him. Congratulations, and Uwimana Egidia, come for the award. Yeah, congratulations, Braze. Take us through your performance with the ball today when you're coming forward. When you just sent Light Guards to bat, what was the plan when the captain gave you a chance to come and hold the ball and go on ball for your team?
Thank you. First of all, thank you for my teammate for helping me to achieve this one. And I think it was training. When training, you have been working through me and you. Yeah, been a lot hitting the line, hitting the off stump. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much and all the best.
Thank you.
And that's all from the play of the match. Braze Rindro after grabbing 4 wickets for the Light Guards. And stay tuned for the next game on the Ground A. They'll be starting soon at 1:30.